Sonic Superstars is a Sonic game that came out 7 months ago. I'm late again, come on! And it's just pretty mid, to be honest. It's not insanely good, but I won't call it bad either. So today I'm going to be talking about the good and bad of this game. I mean, what else did you expect? It's literally a review on a Sonic game. To start off, let's talk about the graphics. I gotta say that the graphics in this game looks really nice. On PS5 at least. With vibrant colours and nice textures and oh my god guys, look! He's finally evolved from the Generations model, oh my god! And the characters are filled with the same expressiveness from the Genesis games and Mania. Like, look at this 2-frame animation whilst doing the peel out. Also, this may look good while playing the game. The cutscene animations, though, they look really odd to me. I don't know why. They just look at this laugh done by Sonic. What the hell is he doing? It looks so weird. Anyways, zone time. What an amazing first stage. Oh my god, guys, look! Green Hill evolved to the afterlife, finally! This level is filled with high-speed sections, alongside some platforming sections closer to the top. And, you know, just exploration. Everything a Sonic zone should be, especially an opening one. And Act 2 is definitely my favourite of the two acts. Just, it looks spectacular with the sunset. It's a great level. And Act 1's boss is pretty cool. I mean, if you can even call this thing a boss. But, next zone. I'm pretty sure this is our first jungle-themed level in a mainline classic Sonic game. Unless you count Jungle Zone from Sonic 1 Master System, but I don't because it's just Sonic 1 on the Master System, and it's not, I'm pretty sure it's not canon, but I might be wrong on that. This level is about as good as Bridge Island, as it's basically that, but more speed, because, well, I think you know why. Act 2 is alright, it just has a really dumb gimmick with spooky darkness. Ooh. Well, I suppose now we have to talk about Act Sonic. Yeah, so this game occasionally gives you a choice of going to Act whatever, or Act insert character here. Act Sonic is like Act 1 with these sections where you're running from Fang. It's a decent stage. But this whole character stage thing doesn't work in a so-called multiplayer game. Because one of the little Timmies has to do this solo now. I think it should be like, hey, one of you has to be Sonic to play this stage. And then you can both play it. Instead of, hey, Sonic, get over here, but you gotta piss off, man. But oh well, I don't have friends, so I won't be playing multiplayer. It's a pretty good stage with wind and whatever this is supposed to be. I think it's Tetris thing. Well, and this is our first one-act stage. Why does it only have to be one act? I don't know. This stage is pretty forgettable as well because it's only one act. It's not really bad or anything, it just doesn't have anything special about it going on. It's just a generic sky stage with wind mechanics. But other than that, it's fine, it's not special. Oh look guys, it's our mandatory casino level. This zone has a more Halloween theme going on in it, which makes sense judging by when this game came out. But it's just like any other casino stage in Act 1. Act 2 has more original ideas with these super fast roller coaster things you go on, and fire! Oh look guys, it's our mandatory water level. But this is actually a really good level. It doesn't look for much, but it's good. Because it doesn't require you to enter the water. Well, I mean, in Act 1 at least. And it has some really fast spectacle sections. Just look at this, little, water thing going on, Sonic. Act Amy sucks. The whole time you're just hitting fruits around. And eventually you pick up Trip and take her the rest of the level. Amy's controls suck though when you're doing this, so I just hate it. It's meant to like build up character development for like something that happens later on in the story or something. But no, it's not fun. I'm not having fun, I'm just hitting fruits. It sucks. Ultimately, this act is just really boring. Act 2 is just Act 1, but the water plays more of a role. But the water ability is really useful here. Fuck. have to talk about the freaking Emerald Power. Okay, so after being a special stage in the game, obviously you get a Chaos Emerald. But the Chaos Emeralds give you cool powers now, so I'm going to talk about all of them. The Blue Emerald gives you Avatar, which allows you to spawn a bajillion clones of yourself. Really helpful in boss fights, especially in the final one. Bullet is where you just hold down square and then release, and you go flying in another direction. It's like really overpowered. I love it. Vision is kind of useless. You just kind of like press it and just lets you see rings and platforms, and usually leads you to like, I don't know, a medallion or something. Never really like a big ring, I don't think. Or maybe some, I don't know, kind of sucks. Water is really situational. You use it in water sections like Lagoon City. Or you could use it with like waterfalls in Bridge Island. But when it's useful, it's really useful. Ivy is kind of what you use when you just run out of your bullet. Kind of just sends you up higher. It's just less cool though, because it's not overpowered. Slows down time. So, that's cool. An extra, what an amazing name. It gives Sonic a homing attack, which isn't as good as the ones in the 3D games. Tails, like, spins his tails and throws, like, a wrench. Tails, Knuckles, and Amy and Trip, I guess, are pretty much the same thing. Amy gets her hammers from a high-performance Origins, though. Yeah, that's kind of it. Oh, and also, if you get all of them, you turn super, but I'm pretty sure you already knew that. I think the people that name the levels just have a word bank and just pick 2 words. Bridge Island, Angel Island, Sand Sanctuary, Sky Sanctuary, Pinball Carnival, Carnival Night. Yeah. That's genuinely what I thought when I first popped into this level. It was just talk about. Like Sky Temple, this level only has 1 act, so it's also forgettable. There's these weird, like, yellow lines that take you somewhere quick. And these snakes I used to get up higher, and these sand slides. I'm really trying to think of things that were in this stage, and I'm just not thinking of anything. And a shitty boss fight, but we'll talk about that later. This is where the levels start to get so much worse. This zone isn't really doing anything visually. It's just a basic industrial theme level. Act 1's gimmick is just really annoying. Basically, like, every, I don't know, 7 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever, you get propelled into the air, which can send you into areas that lead to a dead end. So you gotta start moving at just the right time when you go back to where you went before. And Act 2 is somehow worse. There's this big-ass bomb in the background just looming over you. And when that timer hits 0, it's over for you. The whole level just freaking explodes. You die before the whole level gets exploded. What the hell? You just die by nothing. Normally I'd be fine with this idea, because it's just more threatening Sandopolis gimmick. It's a pretty cool idea. But for some reason, they spread these buttons to deactivate it so far away from each other. Just some of them, though. So there's barely any room for error in some of these sections. This is a stupid, annoying stage, and I hate it. I hate it very, very much. And, F tier. I'm not really sure what this level is, like, supposed to be. Act 1 seems like it's more about, like, speed and going and having this, like, ceiling mechanic that you get to see, like, twice. It's only really that cool in the boss fight. It's not really utilized that well. It's kind of it. And Act 2 is like more focused on the bouncy, and so is Act Knuckles. Yeah, I've got another one of these. And Act Knuckles, oh my god, this was literally the worst level for Knuckles. Because, it has the casino bouncy stuff, which just does not work when Knuckles is kind of all about more precise platforming and exploring. Also, I hate the boss fight here, but again, we'll talk about that in the boss section of this video. That's all for this level. Well, of course, we have an 8-bit style in a 2.5D Sonic game. I do like this level. It has some really cool ideas, like this squid thing, or this rocket thing. So I'm not too fond of this mouse thing, because you can't go backwards, and if you get hit, you go falling all the way down, and your ring can't even catch up with you. They just disappear before you can get them back. So yeah, you get like 2 tries. Good job. Another problem I have with this stage is how the squid handles. It goes way too fast, and it's kind of hard to like turn. It's kind of a problem when you're trying to be as precise as possible, avoiding these stupid electric things and these spiky purple things. Also, little nitpick here, but when you use the emerald powers, you just turn back to normal Sonic. It's not even a pixel supersonic. There was no excuse for the emerald powers, though. There was no excuse. You could literally just give him a purple shade. You don't have to make a whole new model. Why? I want pixel supersonic, though. Where is he? And the boss sucks. I'm just going to warn you now. Don't ever Google Frozen Base alone on Google. You will regret it for the rest of your life. When you get this pop-up in Cyberstation, don't press Act 1. Act Tails is an extremely fun level, and it makes Tails' abilities feel actually useful outside of just finding cool secrets like these golden enemies. Oh, and the Act 1 boss kind of sucks. Act 1 is mainly focused on the conveyor belts, and it's really hard to talk about some of these levels because they just don't have much to it. At the end of Act 1, there's this cool like section where the whole place is coming down and there's missiles being shot at you. Don't be in fear though. These missiles can't actually hurt you. But these death pits will. They'll screw you over. They hate you. They hate you a lot. It kind of reminds me of like Bridge Island Act 1, where I had like a cool little event. This one's not as cool, but it's alright. Egg Fortress sucks. It has pretty stupid level design, which kind of confuses me because you did this perfectly in Titanic Monarch. The final level like thing was done amazingly, having high speed sections while actually being difficult. But no, this one barely has any slopes. No speed. It's just jump. A terrible enemy placement. I hate these like things that shoot lasers at you. And these things that come out of the holes, they go way too fast. Screw them. Also, it having 2 acts is just completely false. Like, Act 2 is literally just Act 1 in reverse. But Act 1 sucks. It goes on for way too long. I genuinely thought the stage was looping horizontally when I first played it, because the level design just kind of repeats a bit. I mean, it's not the exact same level design, but it feels the same. Like, the same kind of sections are being reused in the same order. And then it's like, now you gotta do it again. But it's not fun, so I don't want to do it again. But then we get to the boss fight. Now that we've discussed all the zones, now I can talk about the boss fights. And my main problem with them is how long all of them take. In every boss, you have to wait for them to do like a certain amount of attacks, and wait for them to leave themselves vulnerable, or yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wait for them to wait for the opening. And that is just not how Sonic bosses, especially in classic games, work. If you knew what you're doing, in the classic games, you could beat these bosses in a matter of seconds, which is really cool. Like, it's accomplishing, especially with the insta shield. So where the hell is the insta shield or super peel out in this game? I wish it was here. Yeah, that's the main problem with them. Act 1's bosses are just usually like 3-hit little distractions. They're not that bad and not that special either. But the Act 2 bosses suck though. They take like a normal amount of hits that a normal Sonic boss would. It just takes forever. Sand Sanctuary, you just wait, standing there for an eternity, waiting for the enemies to come in. Oh, and also if you fail to hit some of these bosses, you have to watch like the whole thing again. So, not very fun. The Golden Capital boss suffers from the same issue. All of these bosses suffer from the same issue. But it's especially annoying when the boss is long and extremely hard. The final boss is so hard. Phase 1 has you hitting these like blue and red missiles. They really love these things now. They showed up once in Sonic Mania. I think, well, maybe not once, but they showed up in Sonic Mania for the Studiopolis boss, and now I just see them everywhere I go. Like this concept of hit the blue thing and you beat the boss. If you don't hit the blue thing, well, then you're fucked. That's the only time you can hit him. He just has some other attacks where he slices the ground. Little tip here, just when he's doing this, you can overshoot it as well. Just be careful, and a way to do that is just every time he does this, just don't go like directly behind his back, and you'll be good. That's like the safest option, in my opinion. And then we get to phase 2, which really, really sucks. So he's basically chasing you through this whole thing, destroying the platforms, which are extremely easy to fall down, by the way. Oh my god. What? I don't even know. So his main part where he gets hit, the only time you can hit him is after he's like chasing you really fast and destroying the platforms. You just gotta run straight. Try not to go to the edge of the screen though, because that's where you can trip up on platforms, and trust me, you really don't want to do that. You really, really don't. And then you get like a split second to try and hit him, and if you don't, too bad, wait like a minute again. Great, amazing, I love it. It's amazing, boss. Also, when he's shooting these lasers, again, don't go to the edge, just slowly walk forward. Because then, you won't trip up on platforms, so that's all great. And this, like, anti-gravity thing is just really tedious. But then, that's the final boss. And then you see Trip's story. No! Trip's story is kind of like Knuckles' story from, Sonic 3, where it takes place after the events of the main game, and it's basically just the base game, but a bit harder, which is basically just another word for pet egg robos everywhere and spikes everywhere. Fuck you. And all of the bosses that already take long enough take more hits. So, that's great, and yeah, so that's great. I hate this story, and it's mainly because of the final boss that I never completed. This final boss might I'm pretty sure that this is the hardest boss fight in Sonic the Hedgehog history. Seriously, what was Sega's obsession with making everything so hard at the end of this year? Like Sonic Frontiers, the boss rush thing, that sucked. At least Sonic Frontiers had the heart to, you know, nerf them after a while. Sonic Superstars get fucked though. This thing's still as hard as ever. The first phase is so long. Oh, and also, you know, there's these freaking laser things. You get hit by them and it's like, 50 rings, 0 rings, 50 rings. Yeah, I think they had 0 rings, so you're dead. They die as soon as you hit them. That's great. You really gotta try and get extra hits on this guy, otherwise you're gonna be here forever. And the second phase, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. He shoots these enemies at you, which actually just, this is probably the easiest part. Literally just run forward the whole time, and at the last second, like the enemy that's about to hit the ground, that's when you know that's the enemy you've got to hit. It works every time, guys. It's easy. Throws these little discs at you. Not that bad. Still pretty bad though. And this stupid web thing, if you get stuck in it, well, well, you're basically finished. You can escape them, but it's extremely hard and annoying. Oh my god. And he also oh my god, I'm struggling to remember this boss fight because I never completed it. Also these things he shoots at you, insta kill. Not just you die, by the way, the game taunts you. Trip falls onto the screen. And also this freaking stupid as hell insta-kill attack. Also, this isn't a sign that you're at the end. This isn't the last hit or anything. It's just there. Like that one time. Maybe it will show up a second time. I never got that far though. Like I got past this part and I was like, yes, I'm gonna beat it. And then I died to the web thing because he did it for way too long, and then I went back to another web and then nowhere to go, and then I died. I hate this boss so much. It sucks so much. I hate it. Also, when I said I never beated it, I guess I kind of did, but I didn't. I did a glitch. You can search up like Trip Final Boss skip glitch. You'll find it. I'm just telling you to watch the video that you see very, very carefully, because it's kind of all about timing, but wasn't made very clear, so just watch it very, very carefully. I would put in a tutorial, but I'm not going to, because I can't be asked. If you really want a tutorial, and you can't, like, follow that video, then just comment on this video, and you'll get that. But then straight after you beat that, you get the final story, which, again, is another long boss fight that goes on for 10 minutes. But at the very least, this boss isn't as hard. It took me about 5 tries, 5 split up tries. That might be actually why I beat it, because I didn't do it all in one. But, yeah, it wasn't that bad. Phase 1 has you, hitting him through these things that he shoots down. He's like, again, red and blue, blue good, red bad thing. Hit the blue, go straight back at him. There's also another time you can hit him where he like sends you into like a 2D side-scrolling little bit where you charge at him and he shoots these black holes at you that you have to dash out of. Dashing costs 5 rings, by the way, so do not dash unless you get caught in these freaking black holes. But yeah, if you can manage to make it to him, you get a hit on, so that's great. Also, I just want to mention here that Tails and Knuckles occasionally come into Age of Rings, and that's great. Except for when they come just before he sends you into the 2D bit, because then you're finished. the rings just gone. You can't get them back. Yeah, the funniest part where this happened to me is that it happened to me during the cutscene. Look, you can even see the rings there. Look at that. And then we get to the second phase, which is a bit worse. I think there's only one time. I think you can only hit him. No, you can hit him. There's 2 opportunities for you to hit him. So first, he's gonna throw these hands at you. I don't exactly know how it works, but you can hit him when he throws these hands at you. If you can like dodge the hands and go back to hit them, you can do that. But it doesn't always work, and it's very hard to do because they're on there for like a split second. But what I do know is that I think if they hit your friends, if the thing hits your friends, then it will get hit. It will get hurt. So yeah, that's when you can hit him. The other time is through the side-scrolling section, which doesn't have black holes anymore, so that's good. But it slows you down more. My little tip for actually both of these versions is to just go up and down the whole time, and chances are you won't get hit. So it's all good. And then you get into like the third mini phase. I call it a mini phase because it's not really phase, but basically the sky will get a bit darker. Sonic is facing him now, so you're like, yeah, this is it. And then he throws his meteors at you that you kind of have to like time like a little quick time event on it for like 5-6 times, I think. But it was quite annoying for me to time on my first playthrough. I thought you had to like do it when the circle was in line, but no, you gotta do it a bit early. You gotta do it as soon as it hits the circumference of the circle. And for all of you baby brains who don't know what circumference is, it's like the outside of the circle. So yeah, once you've done that, he'll shoot this harmless laser at you for like 2 seconds. I know, like a long time, like 20 seconds. At first I thought I was finished here. Like, I might have not been finished, but on my first like time beating it, I thought it was done. But then Knuckles, the legend, came in and aided me with a couple rings, so I was all fine. Knuckles is a legend, bro. Knuckles is a freaking legend. And then he hits you with one more little quick time event thing, and then that's the boss. You've beaten the game now, officially, after that brutal experience. Wow. Wow, these bosses suck. So much. Let's just talk about the special stages now. I can't be asked to talk about these stupid boss fights anymore. Alright, so the special stages, for the most part, are pretty cool. It's like you swing to get to the emerald. I like that. I'm Spider-Man now, and I love Spider-Man. The only problem is that the physics kind of suck. So, like, I think everyone knows that when you're swinging in, like, anything, if you swing towards more to the end of your swing, you're gonna go up. Everyone knows that. But if you do it, like, in the middle of your swing, you're gonna go super fast, horizontally. The up thing is kind of translated into special stages. But when you're going forward, you just barely get any speed. Like, just... Why... Look how slow you go. Look how far you go, like, zooming when you're actually swinging, and at a snail's pace when you release. It doesn't make sense. But they're pretty easy for the most part. The only one that I really had trouble with was, I think it was Special Stage 5. But wow. They really like to make Special Stage 5 the hardest one, guys. They really do. But after you figure it out, it's actually pretty easy. You just go up into the sky, and you kind of cut off the emerald. You gotta cut it off. You can't chase it. You won't be fast enough because, you know, the swinging isn't here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a Sonic 1 bonus stage, But it's, it's a Sonic 1 special stage. It's alright. It has some decent mechanics. But, it's not that special. Also, you fall like a rock. Like, there's no, like, floatiness going on. Wish you fell a bit slower. But, yeah, that's the Sonic 1 bonus stage. And then these, like, weird portals show up. Jump in them. You go into this, like, free-falling section where you get some rings. Great. Why? This doesn't really help that much unless you, like, are really struggling to get 50 rings so you can turn into Super. But, yeah, it's not that cool. Alright, now we need to talk about what should be the main part of this game. How it was advertised. The multiplayer. It's like, really, it's with 2 players, it's alright. The main problem with the multiplayer in general is just keeping everyone on the same screen. That is way easier said than done. Like, because Sonic is, like, so fast or exploration, so these characters are so unbalanced. In single player, it's cool because all the characters have cool abilities. When you're playing together, though, it doesn't work. Sonic goes way too fast with the drop dash and everything, so, he's probably going to be on screen most of the time. Tails can fly, which can help one person, but against one person. So Tails can just fly off screen and say bye. Knuckles, Knuckles, I think, is just the slowest of the bunch, so he's probably going to get left behind a lot when climbing on walls and everything, when Tails could just fly up. Amy is the most like Sonic. She just has a double jump, so I guess she's fine, but trying to keep all these characters on the same screen is an absolute chore. Also, the Trip story, the character acts, the last story, they do not complement this at all. The Trip story is only for Trip, so, it's not very good. It's not very good for a multiplayer game. So, yeah. And then the last story, you can only play as Sonic in the last story. I don't know why. There is no excuse for this. Like, does Mario Wonder go, okay, final boss time, only Mario can play now? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It really does not. You know what would actually work for multiplayer, though? Online multiplayer. Why didn't they include it? Oh, wait, they did. Oh, yeah, they did include online multiplayer. But it's a shitty battle mode that no one plays. You just collect stars. It's like, it's something I'd expect to see in a Mario online thing, not Sonic the Hedgehog. What is going on here? You make your own character for it, but, I just made Metal Sonic for that Cyber Station boss fight, because, yeah, it carries over your, customized character, which is pretty cool. Alright, now I'm just going to quickly talk about the music in this game. It's pretty 50-50 in terms of quality. Half of it is good, and half of it kind of sucks, and that's because it was done by 2 people. T. Lopez, the GOAT, or T. Lopes, I actually don't know how to pronounce it yet. I'll learn that later. And Jun Senoue, the guy who made Sonic 4 music. The guy who made good Sonic music in the past with his guitar. The guy who can't do anything without his guitar. And also made Sonic 4 music. Well, maybe let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he did better this time. I don't think he did better this time. I mean, T. Lopez is still doing great music. Listen to this. But then you hear this and want to kill yourself. Yeah, you get the point. The music's good and bad. So, yeah, not much to say here. And that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and Feel free to call me a freaking idiot in the comments if you disagree with me. Or if I missed out anything, maybe, please tell me. And, yeah. See you in the next video. Goodbye.